Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Erica, author of Superyacht Life, a professional recruiter, sometimes writer, journalist, and all that good stuff. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I am going to read an article from On Board in 2024. It's Influencer Culture and Authenticity. So, yeah, I'm banging on about social media again. You know, I love it. So, yeah, let's take a deep dive into the superyacht industry. Let's get into it. So, in the age of social media, influencer culture has become a powerful force shaping consumer perceptions and behaviours. With platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, individuals can amass large followings and wield significant influence over their audiences. This phenomenon has permeated various industries, with the superyacht sector being a notable example. The interplay between influencer culture and the quest for authenticity presents a curious dynamic, particularly in the luxurious and often rather exclusive world of superyachts. So firstly, what even is an influencer? Well, if you've been living under a rock for the last several years, you might not know what I'm talking about, or you might just not care. Fair. Influencers, by definition, are individuals who have the ability to affect the purchasing decisions of others due to their authority, knowledge, position, or relationship with their audience. They often create content that resonates with their followers, building a sense of community and trust. The appeal of influencers lies in their perceived relatability and authenticity, qualities that traditional advertising often lacks. Now, the concept of influencing others predates modern social media, rooted in the age-old practice of word-of-mouth recommendations. Historically, influential figures included community leaders, celebrities, and public figures who had the power to shape public opinion and consumer behaviour. These individuals wielded influence through personal interactions, endorsements in traditional media, or public appearances. In the 20th century, the rise of mass media, so newspapers, radio, television, amplified the reach of celebrities and experts. Brands began leveraging these figures for endorsements, recognizing the power of association with trusted and admired personalities. So this era really laid the groundwork for what would become the influencer marketing industry. You need an example? Well, remember in the good old days when we had one phone for the whole family, which was hardwired to the wall by the front door. Everyone knew each other's phone numbers by heart. A text message was a letter that you posted. Kids went out to play all day and, only came home when either the streetlights came on or someone severed a limb, etc. AKA the Wild West of the 80s. An influencer then would have been Michael Jackson advertising Pepsi. Unfortunate, he set his head on fire, but he did get $5 million for it. Or Crocodile Dundee star Paul Hogan advertising the Australian lager Foster's. Struth. Then came the internet, and with it, social media. In the distance, a child cries, a wolf howls. In the early 2000s, we started seeing blogs where any old Tom, Dick, or Harry could share their expertise, experiences, and opinions with anyone in the world. Bloggers in niches such as fashion, beauty, travel, and technology began to attract substantial followings. These early digital influencers built trust through their authenticity and direct engagement with readers. Seriously though, how many people reading this either know someone who tried to do a blog or did one themselves? Like My Backpacking Adventure Around Asia, original. Cooking with, insert your name here. Wow, such promising recipes we've never seen before. Oh, hold on. Round about the same time came MySpace in 2003 and Facebook in 2004. These new platforms, which incidentally were clunky as hell, do you remember throwing sheep? Poking people? Anyone? Well, they allowed more people to share and connect. Then came the boom in the mid-2000s to early 2010s. YouTube 2005, Twitter 2006. And no, I'm not calling it X. Nobody except Elon calls it that. And then Instagram 2010. These revolutionized how content was created, shared, and ultimately consumed by the masses. It still blows my mind that Instagram is 15 years old. It's wild, isn't it? YouTube was the first platform to really use video content, and stars like PewDiePie, garnered millions of subscribers until they get cancelled, which can happen very quickly, but that's a topic for another time. Instagram was all about visual content and was the cool, distant cousin of Facebook, the one who wore ripped jeans and didn't care if the teachers caught them smoking. Well, until Zuckerberg bought literally everything and now they're ugly sisters. Instagram was a great platform for fashion, lifestyle, travel and fitness. Stories and IGTV gave users more interesting ways to engage, and Instagram's more aesthetic-driven approach made it the ideal medium to showcase perfect lifestyles and brand collaborations. Twitter was fast, punchy and direct. Twitter was more for the thought leaders, celebrities, and a way for people to quickly share opinions, news and comments, often hilariously. It had the ability to shape public discourse. Not sure it does now, as Elon's grubby mitts are all over it and it's fallen out of favour, but yes, a few years ago, Twitter was where events were tweeting in real time and where you went for latest updates on current happenings in real time. As these platforms grew, so did the opportunity for making all the monies. Influencers emerged and began to realise, hang on a sec, I could collab with a brand and make some serious cash here. Brands were falling over themselves to get involved with this huge reach of potential customers who would follow everything their influencer of choice told them to buy. And so they did. And then brand partnerships, sponsored content, and affiliate marketing was born. Suddenly, Instagram offered business accounts and analytic tools which allowed influencers to measure their engagement and refine their strategies. It also meant that everyone's little brother/sister figured that because it was so easily accessible, they could be an influencer as a career. Spoiler alert, 99.9% of those people failed. Anyway, I digress. Then, influencer marketing agencies popped up to help guide these successful individuals, and some say professionalized the industry. And here we are today with a new landscape where the influencers range from mega with millions of followers to micro with smaller but highly engaged audiences. Mega influencers are usually celebrities or very well-known personalities with huge reach. Brands pay these guys a lot. Macro influencers have followers in the hundreds of thousands. Usually this lot are niche experts or internet personalities with an influence in a specific area. Micro influencers have 1,000 to 100,000 followers, but their audiences are much more engaged and trust their recommendations. So now we've learned about how influencers came about, it's time we take a look at the role of the influencer, specifically in the super yacht industry. They play a fairly important role in shaping perceptions of crew life. By showcasing their lifestyles aboard these magnificent vessels, influencers offer a glimpse into a world that is typically out of reach for most people. This aspirational content not only captivates audiences, but also drives interest and desire for people to join the industry as crew. But is it authentic? Lol. Of course it isn't. While influencers are celebrated for their ability to connect with audiences on a personal level, the question of authenticity does often arise, because honestly, there's so little of it. Authenticity in influencer marketing refers to the genuine portrayal of one's lifestyle, experiences, and endorsements. I mean, if audiences detect inauthenticity, this could lead to a loss of trust and credibility. But many crew influencers stretch the truth somewhat, but those who keep it real and genuine are more likely to keep their actual peers as followers. But do they want that? I mean, who cares, right? Numbers are numbers, and more followers mean more money, more money. For someone using their platform for commercial gain, a little zhuzhing up here and there might get more shares and attract more people to their page. So if they lose a few peers in the process, is that important? Or rather, what's more important? Staying true and authentic, or saying, screw that, let's make stuff up and get more followers, likes, shares, and therefore income. When you put it like that, maybe it's a tricky one. Now, there are many influencers out there, who are eye-rollingly over the top, who frankly annoy the life out of their co-workers for spinning tales of nonsense, stealing other people's tales and embellishing them, and end up conveying the wrong idea about the yacht industry. As we are an industry, on the whole, always striving to make it more professional, these kinds of people in shows like Below Deck, I've got in brackets here, reality, my arse, are dragging us back down into the gutter. The challenge for crew influencers is to balance aspirational content with authenticity. While showcasing the lifestyle associated with the job is essential, it's equally important to maintain a sense of realism and honesty. Audiences appreciate content that is not only visually stunning, but also truthful and relatable. For instance, an influencer might share the breathtaking views from a super yacht deck, usually with the obligatory hashtag about, my view from the office today, etc. Yawn. But at the same time, they need to share the nitty gritty and often shitty, literally, these toilets don't clean or unblock themselves, do they, side of their day. This balanced approach helps build a more comprehensive and trustworthy narrative, enhancing the influencer's credibility. Influencers have the power to shape perceptions and drive consumer interest. My bet is the ones who stay authentic to themselves and the super yacht crew world will last the distance, well, at least until they leave the industry, then they'll have to find something else to do. Whereas the ones who churn out the fake stuff will get cancelled for being full of it and being misleading. The industry needs to attract solid young talent to join us and work up the ranks, not people who just want to use the yacht as a backdrop to their new life as an Instagram model / influencer, because they won't last 5 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I'm going to follow it up with a short accompanying video, a satirical one about how to be the best influencer. But yeah, give me your thoughts and feedback. Maybe you're an influencer in the super yachting industry and you think I'm full of shit. I don't mind, I'll take it on the chin. Tell me what you think, as always. Like, subscribe. If you want more of my writing, buy my book, Super Yacht Life. It's available now on Amazon. Love you, bye.